Hi Aquarius, I hope that everybody's doing well. Before we get into it, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. Seems like you're heading for some big changes, but you know that it's going to be worth it to you. I'm seeing something that you're working on here. This feels like a process of shedding that we're moving through right now. It feels too like there's a deeper sense of understanding when it comes to who you are and who you're becoming, and working with yourself through that process as well. As you recognize that it's driving you into a place where you are finding more fulfillment. More satisfaction too. Because it feels like the old parts of you that you want to be shedding, that even though this is difficult, you're working with yourself through this process and learning and discovering more and like really taking this seriously, these changes that are coming. And also like embracing this new sense of you as well. You may feel like your desires are changing at times too, and this is also something that you're taking heed of. So even though it's difficult at times, this feels like more so going with the flow of all of the changes that are happening. Yeah, and definitely feeling guided on your path, Aquarius. I'm seeing that you're studying something too. For some of you, this is about spirituality. This is about energy. For some of you, this is about light work. For some of you, this is about philosophies. You're learning about mantras. I'm also hearing something about surrealism, maybe studying art as well. It feels too like you're studying learning about how to get more connected with yourself, with your higher powers, with your higher consciousness. And maybe studying new concepts as well. You may also be like studying under certain people, like you may be finding certain teachers that you feel like have lessons to teach that are of value to you. Like there may be like a podcast or a YouTube or a book that you're reading, and it's like learning from maybe someone in particular, or maybe multiple people that you're learning from. This feels too like if you were looking for a guide, that you may have been given one. And a guide doesn't have to be someone like that you're physically interacting with, although it can be. This can be somebody in essence that you're interacting with, that's guiding you through something big, a big transformational period of your life right now. There's definitely faith, and I'm also hearing constitution that's involved in this. And there's more of a sense of harmony too that you're working with. Like I'm seeing the more you're getting connected with yourself, like with your higher self, with your higher sense of consciousness too. You're feeling more in harmony with the universe and within your relationships as well. And maybe understanding the deeper energetic connection and meaning behind these relationships too. Like seeing beyond the facade of like ego and identity and roles and all of that, and understanding like what's going on behind there too. I'm hearing and grasping at that truth. Wow. This isn't for everyone, but for some of you, I'm seeing too that you're also working on a commitment that you have, or a marriage that you're within, or a long-term partnership or a serious partnership. I'm also getting too that like within the relationships that you have also, this is also about like seeing the divinity and the significance within these relationships, within these dynamics that you have, and being able to like bring your best self into these interactions that you're having. For some of you, there's something as well that's changing when it comes to like your career, or a role that you want to be playing, or something that you want to be doing. When it comes to a job, there's like some sort of transition, or a different perspective that you're taking on when it comes to a role that you're playing. For some of you, you're looking for a job that you feel you're going to be more satisfied within. Yeah, for some of you, there could have been a job that you were working within, and now this is coming to an end, and there's some sort of like waiting period or figuring out that you're doing when it comes to where it is that you're heading next. Yeah, before you're starting something new. For some of you, you're taking on a new relationship. For others of you, there's something new that you're starting in relation to like personal philosophies, beliefs, spirituality, things like that. Maybe this is something that you're embracing more into what it is that you're pursuing. This may also be a specific message. I'm getting something about like actually marrying people, or helping people that are in relationships. Like maybe doing something with like counseling, or maybe even something religiously based or belief based. For some of you, you're going to be pursuing something like in a particular type of industry as well. Like this can be the music industry, art industry, like any type of industry. I'm seeing something that you feel passionately about and something that you're going to be doing. For some of you, this involves like working for some type of corporation. For some of you too, you're working to understand what attachments you have and how that is driving you as well. It's like taking a deeper look into maybe things going on a physical basis. and where your energetic attachments lie, impulses, things like that. For some of you, you could be understanding too the implications of like attachments and expectations when it comes to certain relationships that you have as well, and analyzing this. For some of you, there may be a sense of codependency that you're addressing too. Very interesting. Yeah, for some of you, there's definitely a job offer that I'm seeing. Job offer, an opportunity that you're getting. And it's to like somehow upgrade a position or a role. For some of you, you'd be managing within this role, like you would be in charge of others or in charge of something. I'm seeing like this job, you would be taking on more responsibility than you had in the past. But it's something that you plan on, it's something that you feel good investing in because you know it's going to be worth it to you, but you know that there may be like some sort of learning curve, but you feel like you have natural gifts to be doing this. Like, you definitely feel like you're meant to be within this position. You feel like this is ideal for you. But yeah, some of you feel like you have a natural talent for this thing that you've been pursuing, and now you're getting an opportunity to actually do that. And you feel very much guided in this. This is feeling like you've known that you have a certain ability in something that you want to pursue, and now like actually having the opportunity to do exactly that. But you know too that even, I'm seeing that you do have natural talents for this, but you know, like, you're also going to have to work on it too, because even if we have natural talents, like, they only go so far, so this is also about working on that as well. In order to heighten it is what I'm hearing. For some of you, you're going to be doing something with writing, or you're going to be on some sort of platform where you, like, whatever project this is that you're doing, there's a sense of, like, your voice being heard. Maybe you feel like you have a gift of, like, being able to speak to people or interact with people in a certain way, or you feel like you have something important to say, something that you're going to be speaking out upon. Yeah, for some of you, I'm getting something about, like, channeling or getting connected with your higher self and wanting to speak things out. For some of you, there's some sort of platform that you're going to be involved with or are involved with already. Like, some type of even showcase I'm getting too. This is really interesting. And again, maybe a specific message. I'm getting something about, like, somebody talking about twin flame relationships particularly, or studying about that. For some of you, there's like some sort of, I'm even hearing memoir, something that you're going to be writing out. For others of you, there's also a sense of like bringing something into form, something that may even be energetic that you're bringing into form somehow, like to make it tangible. Feels like some type of transmutation, something like that. Very interesting. So I'm looking at Scorpio, Taurus, Saturn, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aries. For some of you, this space, you're entering into a space where like it may be somewhat competitive, or there may be differing of opinions. With what it is that you're doing, what it is that you're creating, maybe even a stance that you're taking. For I'm getting MC and Aquarius for some of you that are involved in this. It's like something that, yeah, it could be like somewhat controversial that you're doing, but you feel guided to be doing this and involved in this. And there's a sense of like wanting to prepare to plan things out, especially when it comes to what it is that you're going to be saying. Like you may be preparing to defend yourself, something like that. I'm also seeing. Or to even like set up boundaries in some sort of way. For some of you, you're doing something related to technology even. So I don't know if this is like, this can be a reflective process of something going on internally and also externally. There's a sense of like feeling conflicted about something, or maybe feeling at odds with yourself at times. And there's a sense of grounding this in order to procure what it is that you're doing here. As far as like completing a message that you want to be communicating. For some of you, this has to do with like transcribing something. And you may feel also like there are people around you that may not be completely supportive of what it is that you're doing, and maybe sometimes you feel like internal conflict because of that as well. But all in all, there's a sense of grounding here, whatever that is, because I'm seeing like something that may be like eliciting certain emotions for you, but after you ground, I'm seeing you be like pretty solid with the direction that you're going in. And I'm looking at the Tower. I'm seeing something surprising that comes out of this. People around you may also be surprised too by like a stance that you're taking, or how you're not becoming reactive, maybe in the face of something that feels triggering to you too. It's like really calming down your energy so you feel centered and continuously working on this. Even though like there may be some discord going on in your environment. I'm hearing long distance strongly. You may be pairing up with someone too. Because I'm seeing something about communicating with someone and they may be at a distance from you. For some of you, you could be traveling, could be making a plan to travel, or somebody is traveling to you. Ooh, for some of you, you may be, you may even have been manifesting trying to meet someone, and you recognize that you have feelings for someone or they have feelings for you, and you may feel surprised about the way that this came about. But there's a sense of like meeting at a certain point, meeting someone at a certain point, or like some sort of traveling that happens. I'm hearing I'm hearing crowdsource. Yeah, there's something here that I'm seeing. It's like, do I go? Do I not go? It's like caught between trying to figure something out, maybe working on priorities when it comes to yourself and those around you that you care about. For some of you, there's also like this dance that you're doing when it comes to personal progress and also tending to relationships that you have as well. I'm seeing also a lot of work that you're doing when it comes to reflecting as well. Like you may be taking more time than you had been before to be like really reflecting on what it is that you're feeling in order to get connected with like where you're being motivated and driven and like where that's coming from. For some of you too, there's a sense of like maybe being invited somewhere to like meet up with someone, and you're going back and forth on whether or not you want to do this and like really gauging how you feel too. Yeah, there could have been something going on too that you felt like even upset by, or somehow like something could have been going on that was disruptive, but I'm seeing you be able to still accomplish what it is that you were working on, or like maybe even to get through this. It's like something that maybe at one point in time you'd felt upset by, but I'm seeing you work through this. Definitely feels like a little bump in the road that you could have been experiencing that you still like find a way to pull through with. So in this spread, I'm looking at Mercury, I'm looking at Mars, Gemini, the Sun, Virgo. Yeah, for some of you, there was definitely something from the past that you needed to move through. It was like some type of situation that you had that like you could have been hurt within, something that had already happened, but it was like something that was still like looming within your energetic field that you were having a hard time moving on from. I'm seeing you like successfully work through this to move on from it. It's like something that you have finally been able to release that may have took like a while, because it's something that could have like disrupted you so much that like it was really hard to regain balance after the situation had happened, or the relationship. And I'm seeing something that you've been able to work through, and it's something that like really took a lot of determination and willpower in order for you to make it through, but I'm seeing that you have. And there's a sense of like really feeling accomplished after doing this too, like feeling a sense of success and being able to like move beyond a definitely upsetting situation for sure. So congratulations, Aquarius. We are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.